WCAT 65. Hello everyone and welcome to WCAT 65, the news channel that tells you stuff that you didn't know. I am Ray Lambert and this is my partner Katherine Maxey. And Katherine, would you like to tell us what we are going to talk about today?
I sure would. Today we are going to talk about crime and what detectives do. Ray, take it away.
Sure thing. When doing detective work, you do things like fingerprinting from suspects, collecting fingerprints found at a scene, inspecting saliva and fiber, and collecting evidence. The way you fingerprint at home is you first rub your finger on your forehead, then you put it on glass, then you get a special brush and powder and put it on it, and then put it on your fingerprint.
Lightly.
And then get a piece of Scotch tape, put it down, rub it really hard, and slowly and gently pull it off. So, fingerprints are marks when you look at your finger. Fingerprints are the marks on your finger.
Some types of fingerprints are whorls, arches, and loops. The whorls are where there is a circle in the middle and the circle keeps going. Arches are where there are lines where the lines on your finger make an arch in the fingerprint. A small one, though. The loops are where there is an upside-down U shape, and another one on top of that, and another on top of that, and so on and so forth. Those are the basics.
Fingerprints are left at the scene of a crime and can be used to find out who did the crime. These days, we use electronic fingerprints, but back in the olden days, you would have to put ink on your finger and put it on a piece of paper, and then it would take days and years and forever just to figure out who did it.
And by then, the person who did it would be long gone.
So then they would match them, and you usually have more than one suspect, because if you're analyzing fingerprints, what else would you do? If you only had one.
The way the real cops do it is they examine saliva and fiber. Examining saliva and fiber at the scene helps because because there might not be fingerprints at the scene, or the fingerprints don't match with any of the suspects. The saliva or fiber might match the suspects. The way detectives inspect saliva is first they get the saliva on a flat thing. Then they put it through a machine that analyzes the saliva and its DNA. They compare the DNA found at the crime scene to the DNA of the suspects. The way detectives inspect fiber is they get a magnifying glass and look at it closely and compare it to the fibers collected from the suspects.
In Alabama, detectives get money for their jobs, just like you do with other jobs. But in the 50th percentile, detectives get $31,230 a year, which is, by the way, is $2,602.5 a month. The 50th percentile means that it isn't the most, it isn't the least, but it's right in the middle.
Thank you and good night. And